truth seekers. Welcome back. Zach here. It's March 10th, 2017. There's a top headline today about a federal Canadian judge resigning from remarks he made years ago to a rape victim. He said to her, "Why can't you keep your knees together?" And now, today, the news is that he's resigning over those remarks. CNN on their news ticker has this story up with a 47-minute next to it. They've had 47 minutes next to this story for hours. And the reason why is because 47 has a lot to do with judge and authority. For the 3 years that I've been putting out this work, well, now more than 3 years, I've been talking about this relationship in gematria with the word judge, gavel, and obey. Using the alphabetic order, which is known as ordinal gematria, obey, gavel, and judge, all sum to 47. Today's story is about a Canadian federal judge using the same method, ordinal. Canadian is also 47. That's the alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z is 26. The alphabet, English alphabet, 26 letters. When I first began this study, I knew about English reduction and English ordinal gematria, and that's what I taught. English reduction is where you make each letter a single digit, then add. J is the 10th letter. Instead of adding plus 10 for J, J is 1 plus 0 equals 1. U, the 21st letter, 2 plus 1 equals 3. So judge is 1 plus 3 plus 4, or not 3, yeah, excuse me. J is 1, U is 3, D is 4, G is the 7th letter, E's the 5th. So you add up the word 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 7 plus 5 equals 20. That's why it's 20 in English reduction. In the time of learning more about this knowledge, we've uncovered the reverse ordinal and the reverse reduction, and we found out how relevant these methods are, which we'll elaborate on in a second. But this is doing the same thing, except for you run the alphabetic order in reverse. Z is 1, A is 26. Same rules apply. Being aware of these extra methods gives us more insight into how these words have truly been crafted by the numbers. Think about a judge and a gavel. Two things that absolutely go together. They're perfect. A perfect match, these two words. You have to obey the judge. You could come into a courtroom as a law-abiding citizen, and just for not obeying the judge within the courtroom, you could be put in a jail cell. Held in contempt of court. You have to obey the judge within this system that we live in. The word obey has gematria of 47 and 20. See how judge, gavel, obey, all the same? That was the original knowledge I had, what I've been teaching. In the last month plus, we've learned about this reverse gematria, and it's really unlocked a lot. You see that obey in reverse is a little bit different. Words such as authority share the gematria of 47. We've always talked about how jury's 74, the reflection of 47 and 20. Real quick, let's just expand on our understanding of these numbers now that we're aware of more methods. We always knew that president had gematria 47. Learning about reverse, we now see that White House is 47 in reverse. Government is 47 in reverse. Remember, the Freemasons have something called Euclid's 47th problem about how to establish foundation for something, structure. The word foundation has gematria 47. This nation, founded by Freemasons, framework 47. The first recognized president of the nation, George Washington. Look at his name. 74, the reflection. Notice the 187. Washington, D.C., also 187. Donald Trump, who's now the president, had his GOP convention begin in Cleveland on July 18th, 18/7, 187 days before Inauguration Day. Washington, D.C., 187. George Washington, 187. The last Republican president was George W., tribute to George Washington Bush, who was born on July 6th, the 187th day of the year, a date that's written as 6/7 in most parts of the world. George Washington died at age 67. Freemasonry has gematria of 67. Notice the name Trump. Trump has 47 within it. Like president, the night of the election, he was in the 47-story Midtown Hilton Hotel in Rockefeller Plaza. Pay attention to the numbers on the screen. Rockefeller has gematria of 110 and 187. And do you see this 56? There's something called the S exception, and president also shares gematria 56. The name Rockefeller has a lot of connections to the presidency. The last time there was a Republican president was George W. Bush, and the 110-story World Trade Centers fell not long after he became president. The World Trade Centers were proposed by David Rockefeller, funded while the 49th governor of New York was in office, Nelson Rockefeller. That's funny because Twin Towers equals 49. Another special number. So anyway, just trying to give some knowledge before we move on. From the beginning, we've understood the numbers are significant. The more we learn about them, the more we see the significance, the relevance. So let's talk about why this judge is resigning today specifically. Why is it happening March 10th, 2017? Now, CNN, which had the 47-minute timestamp, they also posted the article at 2:29. 2:29, where it will likely remain updated. 229 is the 50th prime number, and in gematria, Canada has a connection to 50, so does America. Think of the 50 states, northern neighbors in North America. Today's date has 50 numerology. 50 numerology, Canadian federal judge resigning in regards to making comments about rape. Rape has gematria of 23, like today's date numerology as well. There's more. The name of the judge is Robin Camp. And look at his name, Judge Robin Camp. Gematria of 138, like Canada, like federal. He's a federal judge. This comes as a federal official is resigning, this is the news, for making sexually inappropriate remarks. Now here we have Donald Trump, the Pussygrabber, the orange Oompa Loompa, the unapologetic filth, the master of bankruptcy, who's also the president of the United States. Donald Trump, 138. This propaganda is for a reason. It's all part of a narrative. A lot of people don't connect the dots, but the subliminal mind, it's focused on this. Okay, federal officials, resignation, sex. There's more. His remarks were, why can't you keep your knees together? Keep knees together, the direction. Remember, you're supposed to obey the judge. It's interesting that keep knees together is the same in reduction forwards and reverse, just like the word knees in reverse ordinal. Knees in satanic gematria is also 229, like the post time, and he's resigning for telling a woman she should keep her knees together. His name Camp, he's Robin Camp, Camp 33, like federal, like masonry, like secrecy, like sex. Sex, a major component of this story, making sexually inappropriate remarks in court. So I'll link this if you want to read the article, but this is what it is. News by the numbers, propaganda by the numbers. Here's another story from today. Another headline. Trump's on track to deliver 25 million jobs in 10 years. Wall Street's at a record high. It eclipsed 21,000 not long ago for the first time. All of this is propaganda, deception. The market's at an all-time high. It's a house of cards. Investors are doing well while working class people are not. It just goes to show the market's all about profit, and we live at a time where, there's so much automation, there's so many people out of work, so many people can only find part-time work, which has no benefits. So companies have to pay out less in wages, less in retirement, less in benefits. It's a investors' corporate marketplace right now that we live in, and it's not a good time to be a laborer. That's why Wall Street's through the roof. I mean, think about it. Wall Street has almost tripled since the time Obama took office, when the market was collapsing at the end of the last Republican administration. Now we get Donald Trump in the time of the hit TV show House of Cards. House of Cards that keeps foreshadowing the news in episodes before the news even comes true, mocking us. Anyway, House of Cards, Trump card, we're being mocked, people. The name Underwood, the president of that show, I'll just show you. Underwood. Look at this. 47, like president. You know what I mean? And Jewish gematria, notice the 119 for Underwood. Donald's also 119, announced as the 45th president on the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, 11/9/119. Berlin Wall 45. Mr. Trump, who ran on building a wall. Anyway, Donald Trump, he's just the stooge. The market's not booming because Donald Trump's there. It's all part of the show. The market's run by the Freemasons, the Zionists at the top, who control your entire government. Your whole government's a puppet show. It always is. It's not new with Trump. He's just the latest. But look at this. 25 million jobs. The reason why it's Trump equals 25. The reason you had a 25-point Super Bowl comeback had a lot to do with Donald Trump being the president, talking about the Patriots nonstop up until the Super Bowl. You know, his final speech before becoming president, all he could talk about that night was the Patriots. That was January 19th, 119. Remember, the Patriots came back from 25 points. They became it was Tom Brady and Bill Belichick's 25th playoff win together with the Patriots. It was the AFC's 25th Super Bowl win. It was the 97th season of the NFL. 97 is the 25th prime. It's all a show. Your NFL's rigged. Your elections are rigged. They're all rigged by Freemasonry, the people who control the media, and it's all done by the numbers. 25 million jobs because Trump's 25. And remember, the media is often just playing with your head. Today's headline can be the exact opposite thing tomorrow. You know? In a month from now, they'll pretend like they never even said this. Before, the market has always fallen in this world, and this isn't just true in U.S. history, it's always been at a record place it's never been. You know? There's always the big rise before the even bigger fall. So look, today's date has 50 numerology. The name Donald equals 50 as well. We were talking about America and Canada. Donald 50 and 23, like today's date numerology. This number 235, 235, we've been talking about this for more than a year and a half now. They keep coding the numbers 2, 3, and 5 next to Donald Trump. I theorize there might be a big Donald Trump news story last year on May 23rd, 23/5, possibly the 235th day of the year. There's just been so much. I mean, if you followed my channel, you know how much we've been talking about these numbers. Notice they said he created 235,000 jobs in his first full month. You know what I mean? We've been talking about this for so long that they keep putting these numbers next to Trump. I noticed in octal it's 157, United States 157. I'll keep thinking about it. These are the first three prime numbers. There's something about the reason they keep putting these next to Trump. Now that's his accomplishment in the first month. 235,000 new jobs. At least so it's reported. News by the numbers, that's the lesson. Until next time, True Seeker.